What up, Nerdy Squad? Your boy is back with another video. I know it's been a little while since I've done one. I decided to take some days off to kind of chill. To be honest, there really hasn't been a whole lot to talk about with the whole strike going on. I know everybody's been doing these little speculation videos with the DCU, how bad the MCU has been doing. And honestly, I just didn't want to jump into either one of those swimming pools and have that kind of discussion and make that kind of video. But what I do want to talk about right now is what your boy finally got a chance to finish, which is the I Am Batman comic book. Yeah, your boy finally finished this. And I definitely want to do a review right here, right now. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. But before I do, just so you know, this review is going to be all over the place. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. I appreciate everybody's support. I'm currently sitting at 1,069 watch time hours. You know, I really like to average maybe like 10, 15, 20 watch time hours a video, maybe more if possible. So make sure you're watching my videos. Make sure you're liking and you're sharing this on all your social media feeds, so your boy can finally one day be able to reach his goal and say he is a monetized YouTuber. He has reached the YouTube Partner Program. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this comic book. So, first thing first, man. Jace basically steps up to become the new Batman in Gotham. And as y'all can see here, he's wearing this armored Batman suit. And things don't go as planned in the first outing as Batman, because there is a fight brewing between the civilians and the cops thinking that when Batman shows up, he's with the civilians think he's with the cops, and all hell basically break loose, and people are drawing guns and they're firing at the cops firing at the civilians. Batman shows up, they all start fighting Batman, to the point where Jace has to abandon the suit. And he goes to the underground office in the Wayne Tower, I'm gonna just call it. And basically he ends up having Vol make him a new suit. And so from there, he's basically just, out in the new Batman suit, protecting the city. Now, again, his Batman is way different than Bruce Wayne's Batman and how he does things. Also, the other thing is, since he is Batman, his father is upset with him because he's staying out late. He doesn't know what he's doing. So when he shows up to work, he's tired. He's showing up late to meetings and stuff like that. So it's not a good look with his father. The other thing I want to point out is that you can see here in this issue, he does have a motorcycle. And basically, he's not used to using a lot of the Bat gadgets that Bruce Wayne was used to using. I believe there's an interaction here. Let me see. Vol says, I'm just saying Batman had a grappling gun. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, it says, wait, what about those other toys? Batarangs, a grappling gun, for real? Do I know how to use a grappling gun? This is what Jace is saying to Vol. And Jace says, I'm just saying Batman had a grappling gun. And Batman had a big-ass car and a flying thing. But had any regular people actually seen him in maybe 6 years? So that's one thing I forgot to mention. It looks like Bruce Wayne's Batman, has been missing for 6 years in this comic issue. I think that's kind of funny that Jace doesn't know how to use any of this Batman stuff because he hasn't been trained to use it, where Bruce Wayne did know how to use it. So basically, he's just been riding around on his motorcycle. He has this like nightstick that extends, that has like a rope inside of it or something like that. But that's basically what he's out using. And so he's out patrolling the streets. And he has an interaction with one of the cops because they're getting into a fight with, I believe, just some regular straight up bad guys, right? And so the cops ask him, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you disappear after you kicked the bad guy's ass? And he's like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, well, why didn't you disappear? And they're like, oh. He's like, oh, I'm trying something different. So the way that he's Batman is way different than Bruce Wayne's Batman. And as you can see in the comic book, I gotta time to turn it because there's light. You can see he has a mask on his face. And as everybody knows, Batman's a white guy, and obviously him being a black man, people would know the difference. I did want to point out one other thing. The back of this issue, sweet. As you can see right there, up close and personal, kick-ass Batman suit. It's different seeing a black Batman, but I like it. So, going on from there, he basically goes after another villain in the city. I can't remember exactly what. Oh, okay. So his name, it looks like it is Vince Farrell. and it looks like Vince Farrell's character has gotten killed off by some young punk, and the young punk gets arrested, gets taken into the detention center, and so from there, Batman shows up, and the young punk is basically being what is it? Basically being protected by these cops because there's a group of people, a cult-like following, that follow this guy named the Seer, and the Seer is going after. The Seer isn't going after anybody. He's sending people to go after this young punk, and the people are this cult-like following. They're going after this young punk because one guy doesn't care about him, but everybody else, I guess, wants to free him from this detention center. And Jace's mom is basically the young punk's lawyer because he, got caught, or something happened. He got caught killing the guy, and so now she's acting as as a lawyer. And so continuing on, as you can see here, the cops are having an interaction with him. And yeah, they ain't good for the kid. It ain't good for the kid. But basically, as I said before, I think in my last issue that I talked about, the cops are not down with masks. At least the head cop is not down with masks because the mayor is not down with masks. So anybody that's a mask vigilante, they don't like. And the Seer, I guess, is basically trying to put the power in people's hands and saying, look, instead of y'all waiting for the cops, instead of y'all waiting for the these mask vigilantes, go do it yourselves. I'm telling y'all to go do it. So he basically has this cult-like following. He has this cult-like following where he's sending people out to do the dirty work. And so continuing on, Batman basically gets into a fight with some thugs, and he basically shows up to the detention center. And at the detention center where his mom is, there's a huge firefight going on, and some of the guys get into the building, and one of the guys gets shot and killed, and Batman shows up and kicks the rest of ass. And outside, this continuing firefight, well, obviously you see a bunch of cops out here just getting shot from a lot of the bad guys. And this book was just really, really amazing. I love the colors. I love the details in the face. But fast forward from there, after the firefight, Batman goes after the Seer, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what part is the Seer. So he goes after the Seer, and as you can kind of see here, I'll show you on the next page. The Seer isn't really a person. It's really just like a mannequin, but I'm guessing the real Seer is out somewhere hiding. And in this issue, it's a mannequin with a phone attached to the body. And before Batman can do anything, the cops show up and basically just bust in and try and arrest the Batman. But everybody pretty much knows he's like the fake Batman, because whatever happened to the real Batman, he's dead or been gone for 6 years now. And so fast forward from that, Batman goes to investigate because there's like a deeper thing going on here where he goes to investigate what's up with the Seer and stuff like that. And there's a guy in jail that Batman needs to talk to because he has some information that he needs. But he got killed by, I believe, the magistrate, which is this kind of behind the scenes dark hand kind of thing going on in this book. And so after that, there's a guy that gets busted out of jail. Let me see. I'm trying to see what his name is, but I can't seem to find it. But basically, he's busted out of jail. Batman goes after him because he's trying to get some information out of this guy. And it leads to him having, let me see, this conversation. I'm not exactly sure who this other guy is, but it leads to the guy who got busted out of jail having a conversation with somebody else, and he ends up getting killed. But it wasn't the mystery man that killed him. I'll show you right here on this page right now. It wasn't this mystery man that killed him. It was this suit that the cops have because, or should I say this government has, because this tech company is using Foxtech to get their inventions off the ground, which is basically creating an AI suit to police the city. And as you can see, this is where Batman shows up there, and that's where he's kind of getting his butt kicked right there. So Batman's getting his butt handed to him. And I'm trying to see, what is, oh, Victor Noonan. He's the one in charge of this company called Talos, I believe. And Talos is the company that is basically with the government, and they're trying to police Gotham. And so fast forward from there, this is where Batman gets into this big fight. As you can see, he's getting his ass handed to him right there. And he manages to definitely get away. But, oh, here's another good look at the guys in his armor suits. So it's basically cops in his armor suit, and as you can see right there. And if you can see up there in the corner, that's where he says, I forgot what he says. What did he say? Oh, Batman. But of course, they know it's not the real Batman. And then fast forward from all that, Batman manages to get the upper hand on these guys because there was a kill order that the CEO of Talos initiated. But once the mask came off and Fox saw that it was his son right here, you probably can't see that too well. But once he saw that it was his son right there, then that's when he killed the initial kill order, and that's where it allowed Batman to get the upper hand, and he knocked off a bunch of these weak ass motherfuckers' masks, and he started kicking their ass. And so then by the time you get to the end of the issue, Fox and his dad are talking, and this is where he's saying that maybe I should move to New York with my sister because she's recovering from whatever happened to her. And of course, his dad knows that he's Batman, but he's telling him, look, if you're gonna be Batman, but represent, take off the face mask and just be Batman. And that's basically the end of this issue. And there's a lot of stuff that I missed because there's so much going on. As you can see, the thickness of this book right here, okay? The thickness of this book. There's a lot of juice in here, okay? And it's real thick. There's a lot of meat on these bones. And I love this story. I really love the back cover, just kind of having him overlook the city. But again, there's a lot of stuff that I did miss. I definitely think you should definitely read this issue. Like I said, it is issue number 1. Definitely get your hands on it. I cannot wait to get my hands on issue number 2. A lot of fun to read, man. I've been enjoying getting into comic books because I spent a lot of time as a kid watching the TV shows. But now that I'm getting a chance to read comic books, it's opened up a whole new world for me to get into. And I'm definitely gonna get my hands on issue number 2. I actually had to go online and order it because they didn't have it in stores. And when I get it, I'm gonna definitely do an unboxing, so be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, that is the end of I Am Batman Volume 1. The Age of a New Dark Knight starts right now. So make sure y'all definitely be on the lookout for my next unboxing and my next Batman review. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, I'm out.